The new Hunter exotic for Season 18 has finally been re-enabled after being disabled for God knows what reason for weeks. And yes, I'm not going to attempt to say its first name, so I'm just going to call it the Hauberk. Go figure. I've been taking it for a spin recently in PvE. Is it worth using over Omnioculus? Is it worthy as an option for your PvE builds? I'll tell you what, we're going to answer all these questions with this video. I have not bothered testing this in PvP, this is a PvE review only. That alone should tell you the state of PvP right now. We'll be taking a look at what the Hauberk excels at with some numbers, the best exotic weapons to pair with it, and if it is worth using over Omnioculus in endgame content. As usual, do me a favour and hit that like button for that sexy YouTube algorithm, and subscribe for weekly content like this. Let's get into it, people. Okay people, this is my one and only attempt at naming this exotic. The Gyrfalcon's Hauberk is an exotic hunter chest piece usable with void subclasses that effectively gives you a 5-second damage increase to all weapons after coming out of invisibility. The damage is quite significant, a whopping 35% damage increase on all combatants, including bosses. It also stacks with damage buffs like bait and switch, so cataclysmic linear fusion rifle users have additional options for doing DPS. It also grants reserve overshields to you and nearby allies when using a finisher whilst invisible, which is activated when using your class ability, as well as massively boosting your dodge recharge rate. Take full advantage of this by using the Echo of Obscurity fragments and make yourself invisible again on finishing a combatant, continuing your invisibility spam. It is a great option for solo content, mainly for DPS due to that damage increase, and also a good option too for fireteam based playlists such as Nightfalls and so on, thanks to the overshields that invisible finishers can provide. Would you use it in a GM over Omnioculus though? More of that to follow. In the meantime, there are some weapons that can take full advantage of this exotic. Rat King being one of these weapons, benefits due to its exotic perk, which allows the user to turn invisible after reloading when getting a kill, whilst passively getting that 35% damage buff from the Hauberk. Just imagine a full fire team of Rat Kings abusing this loadout. Grab your friends and do a raid with this, I dare you. Second on the list is Collective Obligation. You know that raid exotic from Valve that Cypool that was absolutely useless? Shooting a target that has a void debuff such as Suppress, leeches the effect to the gun, and changing firing modes allows it to shoot said debuff at targets for long duration. This gun paired with the Hauberk and taking advantage of the stylist executioner aspect when having volatile rounds procced, as this weapons leech will effectively give you an absolute monster build. I'm not going to go too much into it, as this will be my next video, so make sure to turn on notifications for it. Lastly, another nearly forgotten exotic that takes advantage is Heartshadow. You know, that exotic you probably grinded your ass off in duality and then just vaulted afterwards. Powered kills with this sword turn you invisible, also granting you that damage increase, allowing you to stay invisible while hacking down combatants. Just keep an eye on that ammo, Guardian. In terms of builds, you want to take full advantage of invisibility options with the Hauberk. The Vanishing Step and Trapper's Ambush aspects will do exactly that, and take advantage of the Persistence and Obscurity fragments. Effectively dodging, smoke bombs or finishers will make you invisible for an enhanced duration. Happy days. Now, the burning question of this video, would you use this over Omnioculus? The simple answer is, at least in Grandmaster Nightfall content, you are still going to want Omnioculus. For the more long-winded answer, here is why. Hauberk is great, don't get me wrong. In certain scenarios, you would absolutely use this over Omnioculus, such as boss DPS in raids or solo master lost sectors, but when I look at GM difficulty in particular, I want survivability over damage. Omni gives you exactly that whilst invisible, and making allies invisible grants you melee energy and increases their resistance too. Having that extra melee charge is also invaluable. It's like a cheat code for infinite invisibility. Would you use survivability options in the Lightblade boss room over damage increases? The answer is most probably going to be yes. The Hauberk is an excellent new option for solo content and raids, but falls a little bit short on challenging Omnioculus for the GM build spot, purely on survivability alone. That is it for this one, peeps. Don't be afraid to drop a comment with your thoughts, and if you have been using something else that synergizes with this exotic chess piece, I will not try to name it again, but please keep it civil. don't be like this person, please. Your comment will be removed and reported. Whilst I totally accept and appreciate that people will have opinions that differ from the author, do not insult us, that's all we ask. The next video involves a hunter build using collective obligation with the Hauberk to give you a fun invisibility build. More that to come. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to slap that like button like your life depended on it for that sexy YouTube algorithm, and subscribe. This was Plasma Alchemist. Your viewership is much appreciated. Until next time.
Fight forever, Guardian!